question is, where do you see yourself and your business in 3 years?
Hopefully back here, which would be good. Just where we are now, but stronger and in a better place, better workshop, just in a stronger position with new models, new materials. I want to play around with textiles as a building material. We've got the denim model over there. I want to play around with that a bit more. And just try and be able to build guitars pretty much out of whatever I can find, as well as keeping with wood as well. But I'd like to just sort of experiment with just mad stuff and see what happens, really. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
Still building guitars.
Oh, 3 years.
3 years. Canada, hopefully.
Canada?
Yeah. No, seriously, I guess I see myself with maybe a couple of workers, and about, now I sell 4 guitars a month, so probably 8 a month, I guess, or 10 a month would be good. Yeah.
More is better.
Yeah, and with new models or new opportunities in models, ideas for the natural geometric stuff. Yeah.
In 3 years.
At home with my children.
Hopefully still doing that what I love, but better. I just try to improve myself. So there's no really plan in making more money or getting a better business or something like that. I just want to be better in the things I do love, which is lutherie.
I want to build more for the player, so I want to focus much more on the playability and creating much more of a workhorse guitar, so that players can pick it up more easily and don't have to worry about the weight and the stuff that comes with the very visual looking guitars. There's, I think, too much compromise of certain things in them, and they're more for show, but I want to just make more reliable guitars that can be produced much easier, and have the minimalistic features, but with the highest quality as I can do. And I've seen a lot of really awesome stuff here that really inspired me to even do my just work better.
Thinner, I hope.
What skill do you especially admire, or what luthier and his skills do you admire the most? For example, here or in general?
The obvious one would be fretwork. Over that way is millimetric guitars. His fretwork is phenomenal, and Juha Rakangas, his fretwork is incredible. So that's like one thing that's really tricky to get perfect and get really neat and beautiful. So that's something. And acoustic makers just blow my mind most of the time, because it's something I have no idea about, and it's some of the stuff here is incredible.
I really like the inlay work on the Rakangas special guitar. I saw it at this Holy Grail show. It was really, really cool. Yeah.
And any favorite luthier you have?
I would say Teufel, because he has just the craziest designs.
Oh, so many. Jersey Girl, have you seen them?
Yeah, we've seen it.
Simon Pedalka. Who else? Marek from Stradi with the upper hand basses, the crazy one. Who else? I think G&G, Giuliano.
He's not here, right?
He's not presenting, he's volunteering. because he's already presented 3 times in a row. So, and that's the maximum time you can do, and then you have to take a break.
Yeah, I thought you had to take a break every time after the.
I don't know. That's my second time. I have one more time, and then I'm either volunteering or just wait a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, red layer guitars makes awesome stuff, and this is what I really admire. Yes, the creativity of this guy. Yeah.
Ooh, this is a tough question. My favorite luthier. I don't really have a favorite luthier, but the person which has inspired me in the last 2 years the most would be Michihiro Matsuda. Not because of the sound of his guitars, I never played one of them, but about his designs, about his ideas, about his kind of way to design an instrument and have the faith and the strength and the courage to go new ways and try new stuff, regardless what the scene is like, wanted to have or wanted to see. So just follow his own path. Also, my ex-master where I learned is like exhibiting here, and I still try to reach his skill level when it comes to woodworking. So those 2 persons are basically my most influence in the last 2 to 3 years. But this always changes. When I see new stuff which is interested in me, then I'm gonna be influenced by that. So it's not really depending on a certain person, more or less like the work they do. Yeah.
My favorite luthier would be Demonis, I guess. He's the guy that I think I'll always look up to, and I think he's my number one. As if I were ever to buy a guitar, it would be from him. And there are a lot of people that can, of course, match maybe the quality, but the artwork is something that's just something I want to have, which I cannot make it myself maybe, but I can maybe buy it one day. But I've seen a lot of good stuff from Fender May, of course, because he's right now is at the point that I'm like, I want to be there as of the finishing of the fretboards and stuff like that. He's much more precise, and he has more patience than me. I have patience with other things. I can spend a lot of time behind the computer drawing and CNCing and stuff like that, but finishing, I'm good at starting a guitar and working through the progress, but then when it's almost finished, when is it really finished? When is it really done? I really have a hard time with that area. It's like a twilight zone. It's like 95% done, but when is it completely done? So I really like to have work on my patience and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, for me, definitely the biggest inspiration when it comes to when we're talking about luthiers, it's Ken Parker. I love the whole design of the fly, the whole concept of consistency of the headstock and the body, the curves and so on. So definitely this is like my the thing that I'm looking at. But there are so many great builders everywhere. When we're looking at different genres, we're looking at some jazz guitars and so on. Here I'm a bit embarrassed about our guitars. No, not really, but it's just hard to say. But
Next question is, if you could choose a guitar for yourself, just one, what would it be per person?
The Ria.
The Ria.
Yeah, definitely. This is my favorite model.
That's the best answer you could.
Yeah, if it was like a guitar from a different luthier, then I would go with. It's a hard one. Ulrich Teufel. I hope I pronounce it right. Ulrich Teufel.
Ulrich Teufel.
Teufel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's quite an expensive.
Yeah, I know.
But it's a good one.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know if I would buy one, but I definitely admire the work.
Yeah, the engineering in this.
Yeah.
Drums. Yeah, I'm a drummer. Sorry. I started out with drums, and I will die with drums.
One instrument for yourself. What would it be? It doesn't have to be an
Demonist.
A demonist. Just one demonist would be the Holy Grail.
I kept it really short now.
What would it be?
Only one. That will be probably a bass, I think.
Your own bass or?
I think so, because I haven't owned any other bass for the last 20 years. So I only use my basses. Yeah, so it will be my bass, yeah.
Doesn't have to be an electric guitar.
Any instrument. Just something that you love.
Oh, maybe a drum kit.
A drum kit?
Yeah.
Any special one or just a drum kit?
No, just a drum kit.
Does it have to be a guitar?
No, it can be anything.
Piano.
A piano?
I love piano and piano music, and I'd love to be able to play, but it's probably never going to happen. So, yeah, but probably a piano. Ironically enough.
No, it would be an upgrade because I don't have any guitar at the moment. Each time I build a guitar for myself, I sell it immediately. So I don't know if it's even possible. But at this point, it would be probably one of the black cats. But this is not like I'm trying to rob myself or something. The fact that the neck is designed exactly to fit my hand, so it just works for me.
Perfect.
And everyone should get one. Yeah?
Everyone buy Black Cat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about building guitars?
That's a very interesting question. I like wood a lot, so I like to select the woods and cut the woods and woodworking in general. I really like. Using the CNC is what I really enjoy doing, and drawing on the computer stuff and trying to figure out new ideas and how to implement them. In the guitar.
Yeah.
Because many of the ideas I could implement in a table or a chair, but it has to be a 8-string guitar for some reason. So that's what I really like, just especially the woodworking part. Yeah.
I mean, I do love everything, and I can tell you the thing that I most hate doing a guitar, and this is fretting. I really hate fretting and saw the fret slots. That's basically the only thing about being a luthier, which is kind of annoying sometimes. But the rest is like pure love. There is no part which I do, which I prefer or non-prefer. It's just the same for me, basically.
Just creating something from not nothing, but having a rough sawn board, and then 6 months later it be something that somebody can make music on. That's great. Personal favourite thing is watching someone who's bought one of my guitars play it on stage and what they can do with it, because that's kind of what it's all about, is having fun and seeing someone else having fun. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like the favorite part of the work is probably finishing guitars in general, starting from the raw wood and doing different steps and achieving certain hopefully mind-blowing results. But on a more general term, I like the whole thing of being a luthier. I like the fact that you have to be very versatile. You have very different areas to cover, because there's some CAD design, there are some computer skills involved. You have to be familiar with newest memes as well. So you have to be like you have to be on social media. But yeah, there's there's some design work. There's some part of the artsy thing where you have to I don't know, design a body shape and not make it look bad. But also there's a lot of this whole handwork where you have to sand something and so on. And there are parts that are probably don't require much brains, where you just have to, I don't know, take a piece of wood and put it through a machine 20 times. But I know sewing and so on. But I also like this part, so it's like kind of maybe not meditating, but you have some time for your brain to rest and for body to do something. So I like the whole thing, and also I like the concept that you're actually building something, that you have the end result of your work, that something is finished and it's ready, because I'm not the kind of guy that would like to do same repetitive work all the time and not get any result back. So yeah, that's it. It was a long answer.
Well, working with my hands and yeah, getting all focused and precise.
Building bases.
The design and the construction phase. So thinking up all the woods, all the combinations for the customer, together with the customer usually. This is my favorite. Now, probably when I get feedback from the customer, then that's also very nice.
When the customer sends his feedback and tells me, "Oh my God, that's the most beautiful thing," or "Oh my God, I need to sell it, it's not good." But no, seriously though, I love to get the feedback from the customer and know how he feels about it. That's so enlightenment, and you know, I used to design products and for big companies, and you don't see any feedback, just maybe on the shop, and it makes you proud. But when it's one-on-one, then it's a different story. Yeah. Building-wise, probably that's the answer you were looking for, right? I think would be the neck carving. Yeah, I do that by hand, and yeah, sweat a lot, but I like it.
Is there any build you would actually not accept to build?
A lot, because I think you cannot be great at everything. So I know what I'm good at, and if people want to have something else than what I usually do, they're all better off somewhere else. So if somebody wants to have like a really vintage instrument, it's not what I'm building. I can make one, but there are probably builders that specialize in vintage instruments, and they can build probably better than I am because I have my own specialty.
Okay, dragons and boobs. You know, the airbrush thing, like the 80s metal things. So no, I shouldn't say this, yes? Dragons and boobs shouldn't be on a video, right? And stuff like that, wolves, you know, airbrush things. This is something that I wouldn't like to do. I don't like pickup rings, so I never ever agree to do them. And well, in general, there's a lot of things that I refuse to do, because the point of having a brand is that we're building certain image, so people know what they're like. And if I agree to do everything, there would be no brand image. We would be just like copycats probably, because people usually, when they think that they want something very unusual, they just want me to copy something else. So
only if it had potential construction issues. More or less, I'm happy to take on whatever anyone can think about, unless I see like an intrinsic practicality issue or something that would prevent it from a certain level of quality or being able to be played properly. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of something that would get in the way of that, really. But other than that, I'm kind of happy to build anything anyone wants, really. I'm pretty flexible.
10-string multi-skilled with a Kaler. That's no, a Kaler is a really ugly thing and it's too large. I also kind of refuse. I think the LED guitar is nice, but I can't guarantee a lot of the. It's just a really difficult build. A lot of things can go wrong. Right now there's like 5 amps going through the, and if you put all the LEDs on white, it's 10 amps going through the guitar. It's not really that advisable to. But anyway, yeah, and I don't like to make copies or have like an absurd amount of wood in the neck, and then asking me how that would sound, like 10 different woods in the body, and then how would that sound? I'm like, yeah, like glue, I guess. So yeah, not just. I want to stick to this model as much as possible. So
with the juggle.
Yeah.
Probably just a copy of someone else's instrument.
Yeah, definitely. Copies I won't do for any price. What else? Things I don't believe in, like doing a whole neck from Venge. Venge tends to wrap around like a lot, and I wouldn't take the chance of doing that. Some other stuff like Evertune, I think I won't use. Yeah, I'm flexible in mind, but there are things that I wouldn't recommend because I can't really stand behind. If the customer thinks it's good and then gets it and discover that it's not, I can't guarantee anything because I didn't believe it in the first place, so I wouldn't do it. But many copies, yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, if a customer comes in and would order like 100% copy of a marching guitar, I wouldn't do that. Because if you like to play a marching guitar or Taylor guitar or any other brand, then please go to them and buy a guitar. Come to me if you have like extravagant wishes or if you really like my sound. I'm not saying that I'm not taking my customers seriously. The customer is the most important thing about this whole thing for me. But as a luthier, I still want to try to promote my own stuff and be my own self. And I don't have the feeling I can be that or I can build that into an instrument when I have to like copy something. I can orientate myself on that. I have no problem with that. But if you come to me and want like an exact copy, I would probably say no.
Okay, last question, which is way important than anything else.
Right.
With the lizard people taking over the world government, do you think it will improve the situation in the market for smaller boutique guitar brands?
For sure.
Lizard people. Oh, okay. Yeah, it would probably be easier. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen them. I've seen them.
I think I have to kill you now.
Who are the lizard people?
Depends if I start making them out of dead flies and things lizards like to eat, I suppose. Who knows? I mean, we do have quite the snake in our government right now, leading the country. So, yeah, we're kind of getting used to the reptilian government. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe lizards make great guitar players. We'll never know until they reveal themselves.
Perfect.
Lizard. I mean, first of all, lizard people rock. I don't know yet, but don't know anybody, but I can imagine they rock. And I think, hail to the new president. That's all I can say to that.
Actually, they told me to build these guitars. I'm not allowed to say, but that's the real deal. I can't really talk about it right now. That's Morse for help me.
I don't know. I think it's someone once told. I think it was Jamie Gale. That's the golden age of boutique luthier guitars, because people want more. They don't want to go into the shops and just pick a guitar and buy it. They want to see the whole process of the building. They want to know who builds it. They want to make friends with the builder, and they are looking for more.
With lizard people taking over the world government slowly, do you think it will improve the market for boutique custom guitar builders on flat?
Definitely. We lizard people have our. I mean, the lizard people probably have some language, and maybe if some luthiers are also lizard people, then they can benefit from it greatly. So, I mean, I don't believe in lizard people at all. Why are you asking me this question? Can we finish this? You can take this one. Why is he running away? No. No. The answer is no.
No?
No. Yes. No.
No?
No. No.
No.
Yes.